So, welcome students. Today we will discuss about the relative atomic mass, relative molecular mass, that is atomic weight and molecular weight of substance. And after that we will discuss about the composition, percentage composition of a chemical compound. Now, the thing is that atom that is very light in weight and it is very small, so it cannot be weighted directly. So by using indirect methods, the absolute weight of some of the atoms has been determined, and it has been found that mass of one atom of hydrogen is 1.67 into 10 to the power minus 24 gram, and that mass of oxygen atom is 26.454 into 10 to the power minus 24 gram. It means that the mass of one atom of any element, if it is considered that it is very small and a very inconvenient figure, means the figure is in the form 10 to the power minus 24 like that. So it was not possible to express the mass of an atom or a molecule in terms of gram. So to overcome this difficulty, the mass of an atom of an element or a molecule of a compound was related to the mass of the lightest atom, and that mass, the mass so obtained, was called relative mass. And at that time, the hydrogen atom has been considered as the standard one. So hydrogen was initially taken as the standard unit, and mass of other atoms or molecules were compared with the mass of hydrogen atom, because hydrogen is the lightest among all the naturally occurring elements. However, adapting hydrogen as a standard mass, little bit it becomes difficult. Why? Because they have considered hydrogen as the unit mass of the hydrogen as the unit. But the problem, because we know that hydrogen has three isotopes: hydrogen, normal hydrogen, deuterium, and tritium, where the atomic mass of hydrogen is 1, 2, and 3 respectively. So considering this, the percentage of these hydrogen atom present in the nature, the relative atomic mass calculated out is 1.008 gram, not unit. That is not the unit mass. That is why the another standard mass has been considered, and that has been taken as the carbon. Carbon, because uh, it was found that the mass of a carbon atom is 12. So 1 by 12 the mass of the carbon atom, this carbon 12 isotope, that has been considered or taken as the standard atomic mass for comparing atomic mass of other elements. So carbon, nowadays the carbon has been taken as the standard unit for comparing the atomic mass of other substances. So first thing, I want to tell you that what is atomic mass unit, AMU. What is AMU? Atomic mass unit. Sorry, AMU. Atomic mass unit. Atomic mass unit, it is equal to 1/12 the mass of an isotope of a carbon atom, carbon 12. It is equal to, AMU is equal to 1 by 12 the mass of one atom of carbon 12 isotope. 1 by 12 the mass of one atom of carbon. Okay. So, and its value comes out, that is equal to 1.67 into 10 to the power minus 24 gram. 1 AMU is equal to this. How it is possible? This I will show you that. I'll show you. We know that carbon consists of, carbon atom consists of 6 proton, 6 electron, and 6 neutron, and mass of each proton, that is equal to 1.67 into 10 to the power minus 24 gram. That is what? Mass of each proton. And mass of each neutron is equal to the mass of the proton, that is 1.67 into 10 to the power minus 24 gram. And mass of each electron is equal to 9.1 into 10 to the power minus 27 gram. Mass of each electron. So this, it means the mass of the carbon atom is equal to 6 proton plus 6 neutron plus 6 electron. But the mass of electron is negligible compared to the mass of the proton and neutron. That is why it is considered equivalent to 6 proton plus 6 neutron. And that is equal to, actually the proton, mass of each proton is equal to the mass of each neutron. So it is equal to 12 unit, and mass of proton and neutron, that is 1.67 into 10 to the power minus 24 gram. And now what is your AMU? AMU is equal to 1 by 12 the mass of one atom of carbon. So AMU is equal to 1 by 12 the mass of one atom of carbon, and mass of one atom of carbon is this much, so I have to write here 12 into 1.67 into 10 to the power minus 24 gram. So this is cancelled, and that is equal to 1.67 into 10 to the power minus 24 gram. So mass AMU is equal to the mass of 1 by 12 the mass of one atom of carbon, and that has been calculated 1.67 into 10 to the power minus 24 gram. Okay. Now we come to what is the relative atomic mass. Relative atomic mass and relative molecular mass. Relative atomic mass is also known as atomic weight, and relative molecular mass is known as molecular weight of the substance. So relative atomic mass is what? It indicates that how many times one atom of an element is heavier than 1 by 12 the mass of one atom of carbon 12. Relative atomic mass is equal to what? Equal to how many times the mass of one atom of an element is heavier than the mass of 1 by 12 of one atom of carbon 12. So it is actually the ratio of what? Mass of one atom of an element divided by mass of 1 by 12 of one atom of carbon 12. C12 means this isotope. So that is relative atomic mass. When relative atomic mass is expressed in gram, then we call it gram atomic mass. When the relative atomic mass of an element is expressed in gram, then it is called known as gram atomic mass or gram atom. So this, when expressed in gram, like for example, the oxygen, the relative atomic mass is 16. Okay, so 16 gram is equal to its gram atomic mass. For oxygen, suppose oxygen, relative atomic mass is equal to 16. Okay, relative atomic mass has no unit, because what will happen, numerator and denominator, this is mass of one atom divided by mass of 112, so they will cancel, so it has no unit. But if the same thing, the relative atomic mass, when expressed in gram, then what will happen, that is known as the gram atomic mass of the substance or gram atom of that substance. Like oxygen, the relative atomic mass is 16, so its gram atomic mass is equal to 16. or you can say that 1 gram atom of oxygen is equivalent to 16 gram. 1 gram atom of oxygen is equivalent to 16 gram. In the same way, relative atomic mass for nitrogen is 14. It means one atom of nitrogen is 14 times heavier than 1 by 12 the mass of one atom of carbon 12. It is not that the mass of nitrogen atom is 12. No, sorry, 14. It is not that the mass of one atom of nitrogen is 14. It indicates that one atom of nitrogen is 14 times heavier than the mass of 1 by 12 of one atom of carbon 12. So its gram atomic mass is what? Gram atomic mass of oxygen. For nitrogen, if RAM is 14, so its gram atomic mass is equal to what? 14 gram. Yani 1 gram atom of nitrogen is equivalent to 14 gram. Okay. So that is 14 gram. Now next is gram molecular, sorry, RMM. RMM means relative molecular mass. Relative molecular mass. Relative molecular mass is the molecular, is also known as the molecular weight. It is the ratio of the weight of one molecule of the substance to the weight of 1 by 12 the mass of one carbon atom. So relative molecular mass is equal to mass of one molecule of substance divided by mass of 1 by 12 of one atom of carbon 12. Again, the comparison is with one atom of carbon. It is in relation related to one atom of carbon 12. So relative molecular mass, it is a ratio of, or it indicates that how many times one molecule of a substance is heavier than 1 by 12 of one atom of carbon 12. For example, water, its at relative molecular mass, suppose 18. That indicates that water is 18 times heavier than 1 by 12 of one atom of carbon. If I say that molecular weight of oxygen is 32, it means one molecule of oxygen is 32 times heavier than 1 by 12 of one atom of carbon 12. Okay. When the relative molecular mass is expressed in gram, then it is known as gram molecular mass. When it is expressed in gram, then it is known as gram molecular mass, or 1 gram molecule of the substance, 1 gram molecule of oxygen is equal to 32 gram. In the same way, 1 gram molecule of water is equal to 18 gram. 1 gram molecule of oxygen is 32 gram. I said to you 1 gram atom of oxygen is 16 gram, while 1 gram molecule of oxygen is 32 gram. Means when I am considering 1 gram atom of oxygen, means it is equal to 16 gram, and 1 gram molecule of oxygen, then it is equal to 32 grams. So this is all about your relative molecular mass and relative atomic mass. Next one, relative molecular mass means how we can find out the molecular weight of the substance. For example, a substance is, now I am doing calculation of molecular weight of substances, of compounds, or of substances. For example, you have to find out, suppose the molecular weight of calcium CaCO3. How will you calculate? First, you have to know that in one molecule, how many atoms of each elements are there. Here, calcium, how many atoms are there? One atom. How many atom of calcium is there? One atom. Carbon, one atom. Oxygen, three atoms. So, molecular weight of calcium carbonate, molecular weight of CaCO3 will be equal to weight of, sorry, atomic weight of one atom of calcium plus how many carbon atom? One. So one atom of carbon plus three atoms of oxygen. So that is equal to what? One atom of carbon calcium. So that is 1 into 40 for calcium plus carbon one atom. So 1 into 12 because atomic weight of carbon is 12 and for oxygen it is 3 into 16. Atomic weight of oxygen is 16. So that is equal to 40 plus 12 plus 48 and that is equal to 100. That will come out 100 gram. Now next is, suppose I have to calculate the molecular weight of ammonium sulfate. So it is actually 100 AMU. Atomic mass unit. We have to express relative molecular mass or relative atomic mass in the unit AMU, atomic mass unit. Next is, suppose you have to find out the atomic weight of, molecular weight of ammonium NH4 whole twice ammonium sulfate. This is the formula for ammonium sulfate. To calculate molecular weight, you must have to know the formula of the substance. So ammonium sulfate, first you write down the formula, then think how many atoms of each element are there here in one molecule. In one molecule, how many atoms of nitrogen are there? Nitrogen here in total is 2. Hydrogen in total is equal to 4 to the 8. Sulfur is equal to 1 and oxygen is equal to 4. Okay. So molecular weight of what? Ammonium sulfate is equal to 2 atoms of nitrogen, so 2 into 14 because each atom of nitrogen weight is 14 AMU plus 4 to the 8 oxygen, so 8 into 1 plus sulfur 1, so 1 into 32 plus oxygen is 4 atoms, so 4 into 16, that is equal to 14 to the 28 plus 8 plus 32 plus 64 and that is equal to 122 AMU, atomic mass unit. Okay, so it is 122 AMU. Now, suppose you have to find out the molecular weight of hydrated copper sulfate, not anhydrous copper sulfate, hydrated copper sulfate. What is the formula for hydrated copper sulfate? It is CuSO4.5H2O. So, hydrated copper sulfate I have written. So, the formula for hydrated copper sulfate is what? CuSO4.5H2O and atomic weight is provided to you. Atomic weight for copper is given to you. Atomic weight of copper is given to you 64, sulfur is 32 and oxygen 16 and hydrogen 1. This is given to you, provided to you. Now you have to calculate this one. So what you will do, you know that copper 1 atom is there, sulfur 1 atom. So first I will write 1 atom of copper, so 1 into 64, plus 1 atom of sulfur, so 1 into 32, plus oxygen. Oxygen here, either you take 4 here and 5 for this, or you can write here also. Actually it is 4 atoms, so 4 into 16. Okay, this, and this dot is there, for that you have to write here the plus sign. Plus 5, then into for water molecule. Water molecule 2 hydrogen atoms, so 2 into 1 plus 1 into 16 for oxygen. 1 into 16. So it is how much? That is 64 plus 32 plus 64. This is for copper sulfate part, and this is for water of crystallization. It will be 18. So that is equal to 16. Okay, 160 plus 18 fives are 90. So that is equal to 250. So the molecular weight of copper sulfate, hydrated copper sulfate, is 250 AMU, atomic mass unit. So you have, in this way we can calculate the molecular weight or relative molecular mass of any substance if you know the atomic weight of the individual uh, elements by which it is consisted of. Now I will discuss about the how to find out the percentage composition of a substance. Percentage composition means percentage of each element in one molecule of the substance. So if suppose I have written H2O, I want to find out the percentage of hydrogen and oxygen in water. Okay. So what is the molecular weight of water? Molecular weight of water, that is equal to 1 into 2 plus 1 into 16. So it will be equal to 18 gram, 18 AMU, or 18 atomic mass unit. Now in this 18 AMU, how much is hydrogen? Hydrogen 2 atoms. So weight of hydrogen in one molecule of water is equal to how much? 2 gram. So it is 2 gram. Instead of AMU, I'm writing gram here. Okay. So 2 gram. Now next is that 2 gram is present in 18 grams. So percentage of hydrogen will be how much? Percentage of hydrogen. Since 2 gram is present in 18, so in 100, how much it will be there? So that is the percentage. So 2 nines are 1.1%. Okay. Now weight of oxygen in one molecule of water. How much it is? Oxygen 1 atom. So 1 atom weight is what? That is equal to 16 gram. So therefore percentage of oxygen is equal to 16 gram in 18. So in 100 it will be how much? So this is there. So that is equal to, and even you can subtract 100 minus the percentage of hydrogen, directly you will get the percentage of oxygen for binary elements. But if it is more than 2 elements, then you have to find out the separately the percentage of each element. If 3 are there, then you have to find out 2, and 100 minus 2 will give you the third one. If 4 are there, then you have to find out individually of the 3 elements, then 100 minus 3 will give you the fourth one. So individually, I'm calculating here the individually, the percentage. So percentage of oxygen is 8 by 9. So it is 8 into 11.1, and that is equal to 88.8%. 88% actually it is. Okay, so we have calculated the percentage of hydrogen and oxygen. Again, if you will consider some other compound, ammonia. Now, if you want to calculate the percentage of, suppose, nitrogen in ammonia, then what you will do? Ammonia, its molecular weight, if you will calculate, it is 14 plus 3, that is 17 gram. So percentage of nitrogen is equal to nitrogen 1 atom, so that is equal to 14 divided by total molecular weight of ammonia into 100. That is what the percentage of nitrogen. In the same way, percentage of hydrogen will be weight of hydrogen, that is in ammonia, that is 3 gram divided by total molecular weight into 100 will give you the percentage of hydrogen. So if you want to write in the formula, in the formula for this one, for percentage composition, even you can learn in this way: percentage of any element in a given compound is equal to what? Weight of the element divided by molecular weight of the substance or compound substance into 100%. So that will give you the percentage composition of any element in the compound. Weight of the element divided by molecular weight into 100. Here also I have done the same thing. Weight of hydrogen divided by molecular weight of water into 100. Here it is weight of oxygen. For percentage composition of oxygen, weight of oxygen divided by molecular weight of oxygen into 100. Here also the same thing. For nitrogen, weight of nitrogen divided by weight of ammonia into 100. So you are getting the formula for the percentage composition of any element of the substance is that weight of the element which you have to, whose percentage you have to determine divided by molecular weight of the substance into 100, then you can get the percentage of that particular substance. Now by yourself you calculate the percentage composition of sulfuric acid. Means percentage composition of sulfuric acid means what is the percentage of hydrogen, sulfur and oxygen in this sulfuric acid, and percentage composition of oxygen in hydrated copper sulfate, CuSO4 dot 5H2O. So this you will do by yourself. Or percentage composition of water or water of crystallization in suppose MgSO4 dot 7H2O means green vitriol. Okay, so you can calculate the percentage composition of any element in a particular compound. So this is all about your this chapter. The language of chemistry is completed now for class 9 standard. So go through, practice again and again. Mainly you have to practice the formula, how to write the formula, then balancing equation, then find out the molecular weight of the substance and percentage composition. Practice again and again, then you can do all the, whatever the problems are there, you can sort out your problems. Okay, goodbye.